Hey guys, it is Heath with the Groovy Gold Hunter, and I am here in my mess. Look at this mess. Look at this. I mean, I know I have just like this little bitty corner of the garage that I do all of my panning and stuff, but this is ridiculous. So this is what we're going to do today. I wanted to do a quick video on this miller table that I got on Amazon, and I've used it once before and it did okay. The problem I'm having with it is the color of this miller table is not a good color, because it's not like a dark green, it's more of a lime green, and it's really hard to see gold, especially small gold with this. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to try a couple things as well. So I went to Lowe's and I bought this easy liner that I kept hearing about that was supposed to do really well with miller tables, and I didn't want to glue it down, so I just cut out this piece right here where I can line it up in this miller table and kind of use it real quick to see how it works in comparison to the painted part of this. This thing is plastic, and if you can see the texture of this plastic, it's the same thing on this. They just painted it over. So this is the texture. It's kind of rough. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Okay, I think we're pretty even. So I do have some cons, as people call it. This is the Lynch mining pay dirt that I bought. Has a lot of very fine gold in it. So I took it out of the sluice box, and everything that was caught in here, instead of me panning it, I just put it in here, and I'm going to put it on this miller table right now. And I wanted to show you what I was talking about as far as how hard it is to see gold. So let's put it on there. First of all, I'm going to drop this down a little bit. I have it a little bit higher than I normally do. This is just the way it came, painted piece of plastic. Okay, so there is a piece of gold that I see right here. If you can see my finger, I'll try to get to it. The shadow is going to mess it up, but there is a little bitty microscopic piece of gold right there, and it is staying where it should be staying. But it's so hard to see because gold is not that far of a color from this green. But it did stop it, and it isn't going anywhere. Now, this is the second time I've ever used a miller table. Okay, so here's a piece of gold. I don't know if you can see it in the tail end. Did it just take off? I think it just took off. Dadgummit. It did. But that's what I'm talking about. This color green is really hard to see gold. But this is also not rough enough to really stop anything. It did stop that first little piece of gold that I had, but the second piece that I just saw, I don't see it anymore, so I'm assuming that it got wiped down the table. No gold in that, but yeah, this is not easy. So this is what I'm going to do. I've already cut this out. I'm not going to glue it down or anything. I'm going to stop this, and then I'm going to place this. This is the back side, and this is the front side. It kind of feels the same, but I'm going to go ahead and put this on. I'm trying to figure this out as I'm talking to you guys. So I'm going to try it on this, but I don't think this is too inclined. I'll give you the angle from here. It's really not that inclined at all. I can't, let me see what the angle is. 178 degrees. All right, let's flip it the other way. Okay, so this is at, if you can see it, 5-degree angle, according to this. I don't know if that's too much, not enough, I don't know. So let's plug it back in. So this time with the easy liner, and I'm sure there's water getting underneath it as well because I didn't glue this down. I'm not going to glue it down in case this doesn't work very well. This is more of a test. So let's put some more dirt in here. Here's my cons, and let's see what happens here. The other problem is I don't know how much gold is in this. I know I was getting some gold out of this mess that I've got. This is how much I've got left. So I know there's some gold in here. I just don't think there's a whole lot. Okay, here's a piece of gold right here. Right there. So I'm going to let it sit there for a second and see if it starts to take off. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can. It's the whole purpose of this video. Okay, so I tapped this water just to get some of that sand off, but it's holding that piece of gold right by my brush. It's holding it pretty well. So I'm going to sweep it over here into the little bottle that's underneath. And what's going on here? All of a sudden my water, oh, I'm getting bubbles here. So let's put a lot more right here. Okay, here's a piece of gold. Let's see what it does. It's kind of a bigger piece, so I would hope that it wouldn't go anywhere. Yeah, it holds pretty well. You can see all the other stuff washing away. So this easy liner does a pretty good job. I'm gonna push that piece of gold in there. And then there's a third option that I want to do, but I'm not going to do it tonight. Again, I'm new at this stuff. I'm kind of babbling and learning as I go along, so it's kind of, you know, you're seeing me learn this as I'm doing it, because I'm no expert on this. But I want to paint over this right here, because I don't think that's a very good lime green, and it's just way too close to gold for me to see it well. So I think if I painted a dark green, I think it would do much better. I can see it much better, or even black. Now I know people don't like black because sands are black and you can't see your sands coming off as well on black. This is gray, and I think gray does really well as far as color, because I was able to see that gold pretty good. So that's not a bad color. So I decided to buy this Plasti Dip because it does have a rough surface. It's got a rugged surface. It's rubber for the most part. It's just a coating. You know what Plasti Dip is. Thought about spraying this down with Plasti Dip and testing it. Since I'm not happy with the paint that's on there, I'm going to go ahead and probably do that tomorrow. I'm not going to do it today because I kind of like this easy liner. Not enough to where I want to glue it down and keep it on there forever, but if this doesn't work out, then I might end up just taking another piece, having the hose fit better, because you kind of see the hose, I didn't cut them real well, and then, you know, getting that easy liner all the way up and back in here, because I just kind of have it pushed up against the ends here. Just wanted to show you that. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of gold in these cons unless it's all at the bottom. Oh, there's a piece of gold right there. Tap it just a little bit to get some of that black sand moving, but yeah, that gold's staying right there. What I do like about this miller table, it's got holes on either end. This seems to be one of the favorites, the easy liner mats that you do find. But okay, I'll say this too. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. So I did go to Lowe's today to find this easy liner, and this is the one I got. Now they have a bunch of different types of liners that they make. Some of them have this sort of side, but the other side, when you flip it over, it's super bumpy, and it's not rough but smooth. It's just really bumpy and almost papery, and it doesn't look like you could even use the back side of it for a miller table. But this, what is it called? Solid Grip Easy Liner. This is the kind of stuff that I think you want to get. Because when I was watching that video, they kept saying easy liner, get the easy liner, but they never said exactly what type of easy liner. They have a bunch of different types of this shelf liner. So I got the Solid Grip Easy Liner. I think it was like 30 feet, like 23 bucks. But looking at this, let me put this on my car. So looking at this, this is the back side of it, and it's pretty much the exact same texture as the top side of it. This one feels a little bit more stickier. This one has more of a clothy feel to it, but it's pretty similar to that side. So I would think either side would work perfectly fine. If you can see the rough texture on it, how it kind of crisscrosses each other, it's the same on both sides. So yeah, I think this is the stuff that they're talking about if you want to try easy liner. Getting back to this one, I think gray is a great color because you can see your gold pretty well and you can see the black sands pretty well. I was gonna just get a black one or a dark green one, but this gray one seems to be working pretty well as far as being able to see the gold. All right, so let's put a bunch more on here and see what happens. Oh, there's a piece of gold right there. Let's see if it'll stay on there. So here's the black sands. I don't know if you can see the gold right there, but there it is. And it's right now it's holding its ground. Teeny piece of gold. Like super small. But it's holding. The black sands are going over it, and it's still, there's a piece right there. I really don't think my camera can get this, but I'll try to zoom in on it when I edit. But there's a piece right there where my brush is. There's a piece right there where my brush is. And then there's a bigger piece right here. Let me tap that black sand off of it. Yeah, if I can see that little bitty piece of gold with my naked eye, then this mat does well as far as being able to see gold. Let's do one more little spoonful here and show you guys what I was doing. If I can make this work well, then I don't really need to make another table, but... Uh-oh. Did I speak too soon? There's a piece of gold, and I think it just took off. Dadgummit. It did. Yeah, there it is, right there. It's starting to move. Let me get that in there. Yeah, I want a Miller table that will not let any gold get away. That's my goal. And so far, this seems... There's another piece of gold. I mean, when I say they're little... They are microscopic little. I know my camera will not be able to get that, but trust me, there's itty bitty pieces of gold. And my OCD will not allow me to just let this stuff go by. I will pull that, all of that I just put in there out, and I will do it again just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, so I'm back now, and I'm going to give you a comparison. That top area right there is all the gold I caught off of the Miller table. This is what I missed. I'm not happy because that rolled off the table into the tub, and I had to empty the tub out and repan it, and that's what I got. So that's not a good percentage. It's pretty much all of these in here are bigger ones. There are a few smaller ones, but these itty bitty ones, it's just not catching them, or I'm not seeing them and they're rolling off of the table. That's frustrating because I thought I was doing well with that easy liner, and it was flying off of the table. Not all of them, but some of them. So back to the drawing board. I got to figure something out. I don't know if the incline is too much, if I need to go even further down, but if I do that, the water's not even going to trickle off of this. I took the liner off so I could clean up, but yeah, this ain't even, that's not even worth anything. So I think tomorrow, just for the heck of it, I'm going to put that plastic dip on there, spray it on there, let it dry, and then see how that works. I know this is what it looks like at 12:30 when you're trying to figure this stuff out. Okay, welcome back, and this is another day. I quit doing what I was doing, still working on the Miller table, so I want to show you what I did today. So last night and today I went ahead and painted it. I took that Plasti Dip right here, I went ahead and sprayed all of this area. I taped off this area, but what I didn't think about was when I pulled the tape off, this is rubber, it peeled this little area off with it, so it's not a big deal because I don't use that corner anyway. I'm only using this surface. So let's go ahead and test it out, see what happens here. I do very little at a time because I want to make sure I'm catching all this gold. So let's do a big bunch. There's a piece of gold, there's a piece of gold. Ooh. Let's see what we got here. Not getting enough flow, or maybe this is too sticky. There's a piece of gold right there, and then there's a big piece of gold right there, but this isn't really moving too well. So I guess I could incline it a little bit. I don't want to do it too much because I don't want this stuff taken off. So we'll do it a little bit. That's a little bit more of an incline. You can start to see it take off a little more. But that little piece of gold right there sticking around, that's a good sign. Trying to get this stuff moving. So yeah, there's a piece of gold right there, and it's very visible. That's the biggest thing I wanted to see, because I could see all of my black sands and stuff pretty good. But more importantly, I can see the gold very visible with this stuff. Issue that I see is that I have to kind of play with this dirt a little bit to get it moving, but I'd rather do that than my gold taking off. So there's a little piece of gold right there. I'm gonna brush that in, see what happens. If I start messing with it, yeah, it doesn't really want to take off. There's a much smaller piece of gold. Uh-oh, what happened to it? Did it take off or did it get caught in my brush? So yeah, this is the Plasti Dip stuff. And I haven't seen too much about Plasti Dip. If you can, ooh, look at that. Woo, look at all that gold. Boy, I hit the mother load on that one. Look at all that gold. Okay, there's a really little bitty piece right there. There's a couple bigger pieces here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. So yeah, the true test is to see if it'll hold. It wants to jump a little. There's a very microscopic piece. I think it just took off. Crap. So yeah, I'm going to keep doing this. Probably do the rest of this on this, and then pan all this out to see how much I missed, because yeah, the last time I did this I missed a bunch. Even if you don't like the Plasti Dip, you stop this, it peels off pretty easily. But yeah, that's what it looks like, with the exception of that screw up I did right there. But I love the gray color because I can see everything plain as day, especially the gold. So yeah, I'm going to do the rest, and I'm also in the process of building me another sluice box. I'm using the same stuff that I had. This is 10 inches wide, and the reason why I'm building it is for this dream mat right here, because I got a 10-inch dream mat. I didn't want to cut it, so I'm just building this sluice box specifically for that mat. Since my wife got it for me for Christmas, I'm going to build a box for it and use it and see what I can get out of it. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to keep the both ends open and maybe widen one end to put all of my pay dirt in and let it run through, or if I'm going to close it up and use a hose to push the water through it that way, like I did this one. So basically I'm either going to build this again, or I'm going to leave this open and then maybe put, I don't know, even a piece of metal, a wider piece of metal similar to this one. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to show you the final round of that cons that I did. I didn't do the entire thing. So what I did is I pulled all of my tailings out of that little bucket at the bottom, and then everything that was in these two bottles that I was able to sweep up. Okay, so everything that is in that corner up there, that's what got away. There was a pretty big sized piece that got away, but when I picked it up and looked at it, it was very round. And this is what I got in the bottles. So what I'm missing and what I'm getting, it's a lot better than what I did with the Easy Liner, as well as just the regular paint job that they put on it. So the Plasti Dip seems to me to work pretty well. You know, again, you're never going to catch, I don't see how anybody could catch every single piece of gold on a Miller table, especially if you've got like a really small round piece of gold. How is that going to not roll down to the other side? For what I have, I thought I did pretty good with that. That's all I'm going to do. I just wanted to show this quick video of this little Miller table that I bought off of Amazon. I like this surface. I hope it lasts. But yeah, I think this does better than the Easy Liner, and especially does better than the paint job that they put on it. All right, that's it. I'll leave you guys alone. Until next time, I will see you. Happy gold hunting. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you have not. If you have, thank you very much for subscribing. And hit the like button, share button. You know the drill. And yeah, I'll show you later the progress on my sluice box when I get more done to it. But until then, that's another video. So we'll see you guys later. Bye.